token bonding curve dollars are, for one thing, a stablecoin, which is very useful. And stablecoins that are uncensorable, they're algorithmic, have a lot of utility. And that, I think, is really important because people want some stable store of value to use in computer programs. And that's really what algorithmic stablecoins allow. Additionally, we're using it to fund the production of the SORA ecosystem, or the SORA economy. So to fund productive output. This is the Japanese post-war model, where they found that creating new purchasing power in an economy for new production doesn't lead to consumer price inflation, even though you're inflating the money stock, but rather can lead to stability in prices if you don't create the money for consumption, but rather for production, because all the money that you create is balanced out by new goods and services that are used. And typically you sell goods and services for higher than the production cost. So if that's the case, you actually can have a deflation in the consumer price index, which means that purchasing power goes up, which is really great. Usually it's balanced out because more production employs more people, which get more money, that they have maybe more disposable income. So you do have a small rise in consumer prices in the real economy, but not as high as the production rates. So people are making a lot more money than any kind of inflation, so they don't really lose money. Their purchasing power goes up over time. And that's really what we want. We want to create a new economic system for the world that has elasticity in monetary policy, while also not being spendthrift like the current central banks of the world. So the current central banks are not doing a good job on the allocation of money because they create money to buy assets. Look at the Swiss National Bank. They're one of the largest shareholders of Apple. So they create Swiss francs, buy Apple shares. So you have more Swiss francs in circulation, same number of Apple shares. Of course, the Apple price is going to go up. It's like that with any asset, and it's with any kind of product. If you mint money and use it to buy something, of course the price of that thing is going to go up. However, production is different. If you mint new tokens and use it to create new goods and services that accept those tokens, then the pie is actually getting bigger. The economic pie is getting larger. And so what that means is you can actually have an increase in the value of the token, even though the supply goes up. That's the whole theory behind SORA. And this isn't a footnote or an afterthought. It's actually the central idea of SORA, is that you can have a high growth economic model even in a cryptocurrency space, because every other project is ignoring this because crypto kids don't like token supply to go up. Now, for those of you who have a token supply fetish, that's fine. We all have our fetishes. We're humans. But we have tokens that appeal to that fetish. We have Val, we have BSwap, we have Ceres in our ecosystem. All these have a supply that goes down every day. So you might want to check those out if you are one of the supply fetish types. Otherwise, if you're focused on creating a real economic system for the world that is meeting human needs, let's focus on SORA.